grateful to our sponsors, Kelly Stafford with Stafford Tree Service, and also Black Cow Cow Manure. If you need your trees trimmed locally, remember Stafford Tree Service at staffordtreesvc.com. And please visit Black Cow Cow Manure, that's K-O-W. Remember, both of the contact details are in the description below. Hi, I'm Stan DeFreitas for the Ask Mr. Greenthumb gardening segments. Well, James said this reminded him of his first girlfriend. Cute, but probably not what he was going to marry. So if you're thinking of a plant that you like, that is, Greenthumb approved, this is Sanchezia. And I think it makes a nice background plant. Now, it's not real bold, but it has an interesting foliage, sometimes called golden vein, because you can see that it has this golden area with the green in between. That's kind of unusual in the plant world. Normally, when we start seeing kind of yellowing in the veins, we think of deficiency. We think of interveinal chlorosis, we think of yellowing, we think of iron, we think of manganese, sometimes magnesium deficiencies. But in this particular case, it's normal. It's what the plant does. In fact, you're looking for this particular pattern. In fact, if it's in too low a light, it may start to kind of whiten out a little bit. You probably want a little bit of light to give you a little more contrast in the color. Sanchezia, golden vein plant. Probably improve the soil, as we do on most of the plants we recommend to you. By that, I'd add your peat, I'd add your cow, I might add some perlite, vermiculite to help loosen the soil. I'd make sure that you water it on a pretty faithful basis. In Florida, I would probably protect it some from that hot west sun. I'd probably keep it where it's getting either early morning light or maybe some filtered light during the end of the afternoon. As far as trimming, I might trim it back occasionally just to keep it in bounds, because you can see the plant would tend to get a little bit gangly and maybe a little bit of out of bounds. As far as the toxicity, we don't believe it has much toxicity. Wouldn't want to encourage your pet to eat it. Now some pets just like to chew on everything. And so if I had that, I'd probably protect the plant and protect your pet at the same time. Make sure that you water it on a pretty regular basis. And as far as fertilizer, water soluble once a month, or if you're using a time released, put it on your calendar for about twice a year. If you're using little green dots, little BBs, or if you're using some of the little blue BBs, something that's going to give you a time released fertilizer, you don't need to worry about nearly as much. pH anywhere from 5.5 to 6.5, so a general pH would probably be fine. It would probably take a little bit more alkaline than some, but it would probably also take a little more acidic than some. I wouldn't want the soil constantly wet, but I don't want it to dry out like you might a cacti or succulent either, so you're going to keep it a bit more on the moist side. It's one that you probably could put into a little container. You could have it on your porch, on your patio, or you could also have it out underneath maybe some other plants as a kind of a lower plant with bigger plants up above it. You might want to kind of couple it with plants that are maybe a bit more showy, some flowering plants near it that have those bright colors. And this plant could kind of be one of your filler plants in a landscape bed. Sanchezia is one that we don't see as much, or we haven't up till now, but it seems to be coming on with popular plants. More people are seemingly using this as a filler plant, or a plant that you can use in among other plants to kind of hold space. It has kind of a waxy leaf, and I think because of that, that nice shiny leaf makes it kind of a nice porch or patio house plant. I would have it inside, I'd have it near bright light. Now I know I said if you had it outside, I'd protect it. But remember, inside is just the opposite. You're going to need to put it in the brightest area that you can, because it needs to build food in these rather large leaves. And since some of the leaf is kind of variegated, that variegated part's where it's not really producing energy. So it would require a bit more if you're using it in a indoor situation. I'd have it where it's getting fairly good light, either from an artificial source or from a bright window. Sanchezia might be a nice addition in your your landscape, in your porch garden, in your patio garden. Maybe you live in a condominium or a townhouse and you don't have a lot of space. This could be a good plant for that back step or that back porch area. Once again, we want to thank all of you for telling all your friends, your relatives, hey, you've got to listen to that Greenthumb guy on Saturdays. And because of that, we've had over 1 million people, actually 1.1 million, probably working on 1.2 million or 3 by now. And we appreciate all of you for making that happen. Once again, have a great gardening week till next week.